All right, thank you, Romaine. And now we are ready for our first question. And Dan will have 2 minutes to comment on this, and that will be followed by a 1-minute rebuttal from Mr. Quinn, and then second rebuttal, if necessary, from Dan, and we'll go 30 seconds. Here's the question, Dan. What areas of city operations would you attempt to reduce or expand, giving a specific example, and how would that affect the budget?
What areas will I attempt to reduce
or expand, giving a specific example, and how would that affect the budget?
All right. I think we have to continually try to manage our budget. I look at each and every invoice that comes through the city before it goes to the committee that pays those bills. I look at each and every one, and I try to find holes that maybe need to be filled in there. I try to get all these invoices. I get them every month at my desk. Clerk presents them to me. I continue to look at those so that we can find areas that we can reduce, and I've done that. I've found areas in the fire department where we've had to reduce. I've found areas in the police department, streets. We've made some major reductions in that. I continually look for those kind of items. Expand, that's an easy one. We need to continually expand our business. We need to create and retain the jobs that we have here in Rice Lake. We need to continually work for that, and I have done that. I've worked many, many hours in regards to the new Coles development, the VA clinic, the dental clinic. I received a call in the dental clinic one night stating that they wanted to proceed with the new dental clinic in Rice Lake. I got a call on a letter on Monday. On Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock, I met with those businessmen from Marshfield, stating that they wanted to put a new dental clinic in Rice Lake. From the time I had met with them till 3.5 months later, we were shoveling the dirt up at the new dental clinic. That's going to produce 40 to 45 new jobs in the city. It's not a tax-exempt business. We have that for taxes now. So that is what I will continually do. Continually monitor the budget so we can reduce it. Continually expand our business so we can create and retain the jobs that are here in Rice Lake.
All right, thanks, Dan. All right, Romaine, 60 seconds.
Can you repeat that question?
And we'll repeat the question. What areas of city operations would you attempt to reduce or expand, giving a specific example, and how would that affect the budget?
All right. As we go through the budget time, as many of you have watched on TV, it's becoming more and more difficult to continually balance the city's budget. All options, as I said when I ran for council, must be on the table. Streamlining and making our operations more efficient, finding ways for departments to work with each other is important. Just recently, for instance, asking for specific, our transportation department, we're looking at privatizing it as maybe a way to improve service and lessen the cost and burden on the citizens of Rice Lake. I've pushed an issue. Our engineering costs are huge in this town. I believe it's an issue that should be looked at. Currently, Cooper Engineering is our sole engineer. Whether we need to look at bidding the service, looking at other firms in town. Again, whether it's this issue or any issue, all options must be on the table in terms of reducing our spending. As my opponent stated as well, expanding the tax base is extremely important. If we want to raise revenue in the city, it's not the wisest decision to raise taxes. If we need more revenue, if we want these programs expanded, then we need to expand the tax base.
Okay, that's 60 seconds. Thanks, Romaine. Dan, any further comments?
Transportation, you talked about transportation. You're correct. We did refer that back to a committee. And we referred it back to the committee because I sat on that committee 5 years ago when I was a council member, stating whether we should have a taxi cab service or if we should go to shared ride. I proposed at that time very strongly that we should go to our shared ride, and we did. Now we'll look at whether we should privatize that transportation. Great idea. We'll take a look at that.
All right, very good. Thank you. All right, question number 2.